Oh, it is currently 6:15 a.m. This is technical demo 2 for sand chemistry. The date is, what month is it? Yes, it's July 13th, 2026. And I've been working on a couple of things, and keep in mind these little like tab things are obviously not for users, not showing for users, but I've started to take a new approach. So initially the chat function was the cornerstone of the program, but I've started looking into the lessons and creating that normalized content. And this is for a variety of different reasons, right? This, for one, it allows that flashcard tool to pretty much do what it's supposed to do and easily, actually, let me backtrack a little bit. So these normalized lessons are essentially these blocks of content in which each lesson is built on different variations of them. So what I'm essentially going to be doing is writing the lessons and then forcing the AI, telling the AI to um, find the best format for this. So I have like 12 types of lesson blocks, and then find the best one, the one that most appropriately that would best represent the information, and then force it into that lesson block. And does a couple of things. Yes, it helps with the flashcard function, right? So it helps for me to be able to go here and be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna make a flashcard to this, and then yeah, so I can do that. But the other important thing is that you're creating these blocks that are repetitive, right? And this repetition, in my opinion, is going to be very, very important for the students learning, where they can see these sections and be like, okay, like I know how the content is displayed, right? So you put them in a familiar setting where it's easier to digest and understand the information, right? Not only this, but it also allows for A/B testing, right? Where do you really see that in education? I'm curious because from what I've seen, most classes don't really have the ability to do that, right? Most textbooks don't really have the ability to do that. So I can basically put my content into different of these normalized blocks and be able to see what helps the user, what explains the information the best for the user in what context, and essentially get all that educational data from the user to better my application, right? And yeah, I think that it's this approach where I'm hitting so many targets at once, and it's not really anything that I've seen before in education, and I do think that it's something that is needed in order to properly gather data, in order to properly curate the lessons towards the users, right? And maybe I do that. Maybe I do make the lessons and make them in multiple formats, because nowadays we're entering the age of personalized software, right? What about personalized education? Oh, sorry, that's the idle animation that I just added. Um, yeah, so, and I'm also working on kind of improving the system of the flashcards. So now you can pick, and then it easily differentiates, or you can like pick if you want to do specific ones, right? You want to break it up, right? Um, yeah, maybe I'm probably gonna fix this a little bit so it's not as obvious. I mean, you can do it yourself and just kind of remove it, but obviously, I want to make the job for the user as much as easy as possible. And so I've also added well, I did add that idle animation, right? So we have this. If you're idle, which I thought was pretty cool. I like the fish. They're pretty cool. So I also have, so for teachers, I started working on this where you can make your classes And then you can accept your students with the class codes and all that stuff. And then you can assign stuff. You can send them flashcards. You can see the analytics, the integrity. So for the analytics and the integrity, the analytics basically just tells you how much time they've spent on particular things and the time that they've spent on lessons and all that stuff. And it does when you're enrolled in a class, it tells the user that their data is being tracked by their professor. So it's full transparency there. And then the integrity is kind of like if they have suspicious behavior, right? So if they're like copying, if they're focusing out during a lesson, stuff like that, right? I'm still not sure what exactly I'm allowed to do, what I'm allowed to track, or what would be correct for me to track there, right? Because I'm not really doing this to collect data for myself. I'm more so doing it so to maintain the academic integrity in the classes. And but yes, this has pretty much been what I've been working on. And yeah, but it has been a massive shift on the lessons. And the lessons has been the primary thing that I've been working on. And this approach, I'm very, very excited to see where it goes. And I will, obviously keep you guys updated, right? And thank you very much for watching.